Jai Hind everyone, welcome back to the Patriotic IS. Let's start our daily current affairs classes. These classes are very significant and important for those who are preparing for any of the competitive examination. Mainly, these classes are focused on the UPSC and UPSC examination. Besides that, if you are preparing for the other examination, these classes are equally important to build your concept. The class timing is 9:30. It is due to the some circumstances that was not avoidable. That's why this classes was a bit extended. But the normal time for the classes in English medium it is 9:30, and for the Hindi medium the class timing will be 2:30 in afternoon. So please note down all these things. Beside that, we are about to start a Hindi medium batch in Patriotic IS in offline batches from the 5th of May. So those who are making mind to prepare for the UPSC or the UPPCS, they can join our offline classes. The fee structure for these classes are very minimum, and anyone can afford this fees that we levy. Okay. So let's start with the first topic from the GS paper 1. The first topic that we are going to start from the GS paper 1 is the event of Cloudburst that has taken place in Jammu and Kashmir. So here it is given that 5 fewer dead in Jammu and Kashmir in cloudburst. So here you should know that what is the cloudburst. Cloud, here two things that cloud and this is bursting. So it means that there is the cloud and this bursting means it means there is the very heavy rainfall. And this heavy rainfall that results in the flooding condition around the localized area. So this heavy rainfall, this should be in a localized area. The area could be 20 to 30 square kilometer, and the intensity of the rainfall, it will be 10 mm to 10 mm or higher than this. You will see that this, if it is going for 1 hour, this is sufficient to bring flood in that particular area where this cloudburst is taking place. So please remember, the cloudburst, simply cloud will burst means there will be the very intense, very high rainfall. You can see that this is the 100 mm. Normally this 100 mm, this is the average rainfall across the world. Across the world, not even this is considered that if it is more than 80%, 80 cm rainfall annually, it is considered as a high rainfall. In India, the average annual rainfall is 125 cm. In Israel, it is 25 cm annual. So you will see that in here 100 mm in 1 hour, that is annual 125 cm, and 100 mm means 10 cm in just 1 hour. You can imagine what will happen if this type of intensity remain for the whole year. There will be the flood, not the flood, there will be a very high level of the inundation process. Here you will see that what is the mechanism behind this cloudburst, why this cloudburst take place. Simply, there are different causes. One cause could be there will be the orographic lift. For example, orographic rainfall happens when there is the cloud that is coming from the sea area or the oceanic or any water bodies, and if the cloud contains moisture, if it is going to ascend due to the obstacle barrier by the mountain, what will happen? Think that there is the mountain range and a cloud is coming. Suddenly, due to this mountain, it will rise, and whenever there is the rise into the cloud, there will be the condensation of the water, and this condensation result into the very high rainfall, and this rainfall in the localized area is known as the cloudburst. Is it clear? Simple. This is the, you should remember this intensity. This is the 100 millimeter in 1 hour. This is the thing. And area, it could be 20 to 30 square kilometer. Like it could be the whole this city area of the Gorakhpur, or the city area of the Lucknow, Bhopal, or any of that area. Generally, these 3 tier cities that extend near about 20 to 30 square kilometer, and this could be the area where this high intensity rainfall occurring, and this result into the inundation, flood condition, and that result into the one of the region for the flash flood. One of the concept we will further see that the many a time this cloud burst result into the flash flood. So here you will see that the one of the region is the orographic lift, means if there is the mountain and this cloud is coming, due to the height of the mountain it will rise, because this is the barrier. This cloud cannot pass from here to here, so it have to rise due to this slope of the mountain. And due to the rise, whenever the cloud rise, there will be the condensation. Condensation will result into the very high rainfall. One of the region. Other region is the convective activities. Here you will see that the difference between the orographic, when the orographic cloud, this is coming from the some of the sea area or the water bodies, and it already contain the moisture, and it is coming in contact with the mountain, and mountain create barrier and this orographic lifting, and that's why there will be the rainfall. The other is the convective activities. If you will go for the convective activities, it is simple. It is not the cloud coming from the distant place of the water body. The cloud will form into the local area. This 20 to 30 square kilometer area means there is the water body in that place itself. There is no mountain barrier, but what will happen if it is generally in normal way, if there is the high evaporation in the water bodies in that area and it lift, it result into the convective activities, and again there will be the rainfall. Okay. Atmospheric instability can be result into the cloud burst. Simply it is happening in the area where the two type of the front meets, and whenever there is the frontogenesis, there will be the unstable condition, and this will result into the rainfall, very high rainfall. It could be also due to the cyclone and anticyclonic condition. The rainfall will be very high. So cloud burst is nothing but the very high level of precipitation, and this high level of the precipitation in a very confined area. This confined area could be 20 to 30 square kilometer, and the time duration when this rainfall will occur, it will be 1 hour. Simply please remember all this thing. The next concept is the flash flood. Flash flood could be result of the flood condition. Normally whenever you see that in the city area, due to the congestion, due to the water logging, due to the congestion into the water drainage bodies, there is the congestion, and due to this there will be the flooding condition if there will be the high intensity rainfall. So cloud burst can result into the what? Flash flood. Flash flood, that is the condition that in a very small time there will be the flood condition. It could be the cloud burst. There could be the other region like the, if there is the dam nearby a city, and when the dam that there is some defect, there is the some of the hole, and due to that if there will be the flood, that water that is coming in a very high intensity in that particular city or the urban area, so that will also result into the flash flood. Flash flood is, there was no anticipation. Normally if the flood is due to the river, water rise into the river, it takes a lot of time. But whenever there is the cloudburst condition, or there is the damage into the dam nearby, and there is the not the damage pattern of that city is not functional, in that condition there will be the flash flood. All this could be the reason for the flash flood. So please remember all this thing. Next news, that is the Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta flagged off 1,111 location enabled tankers. So here you will see that the location enabled tankers is the new way of now the governance. So in GS paper 2, the governance topic is there, and also there is the government policies. One of the policies that government is going to be the location enabled tankers. So what this tanker provide? They are the water tankers. And now we see that in the cities there is the huge scarcity of the water during the summer time. And when there will be the huge scarcity of the water, people have to wait. If they know the location of the tankers, they can manage their time as per the location. They can save the time, they can prevent themselves from the reaching to the crisis situation. They can get the update when they are reaching at their location. All this will be helpful. So please remember, this is initiative from the Delhi government. This is very good initiative, but it should be the implemented. It should be the functional. It should be enforced. Only it could be most. Then it could be the helpful. Okay. Please remember all this thing. Next important news that is going to take is the elastic rebound theory. Here you will see that this theory particularly come into the case of the earthquake. Elastic rebound theory. What is the elastic? You must have been used the rubber. Rubber, whenever you stretch it and whenever you leave that, they shrink again. This is due to the elastic property of the rubber. Same happens with the earth as well. So this elastic rebound theory comes in the context of there was a very huge high intensity earthquake and it was in Saint Andreas. This is the fault very famous for the transform boundary. And here you will see that it was during this time that there was huge devastation. This is in the California. And San Francisco of the California, here it is given, San Francisco of the California. So here it was found that when the earthquake took place, there was the rift, and the rift gap was 3.2 kilometer. It means that the earth was apart to a 3.2 kilometer huge distance, and it was on the fault line. What could be the fault line? Like this is the plate. In geography, you will see that, you will study that crust above the earth mantle, there is the asthenosphere, and at the asthenosphere, there is the plates. The earth is made up of the earth crust is the made up of the plates, and these plates float on this asthenosphere. Like if you will melt the plastic, melting plastic will be like it will be a bit viscous, high viscosity will be there, but there could be a small floating condition. And in this floating condition, if the plate collide with each other, so these plates are moving and they are colliding with each other. Due to this, in between these plates, there could be the strain. So here it is given that yes, if the plates collide, there could be the strain, and this stress to be built up in a earth crust. So if this collision is continuously going on, the stresses will be continuously built up, and it will conserve the energy until and unless this force, this stress became the higher than the strength of the rocks. And if it exceeds the strength of the rocks, then there will be the crack. This crack will be known as the fault, and this crack will result into the earthquake condition. When there will be the crack into the earth and this will be colliding with each other, this will create the earthquake condition. Here it is given. So there will be the breakup into that fault, and this will result into the origin of the earthquake. And this we feel. Recently we have seen many earthquakes. Recently it was into the Nepal, 2015, it was very huge earthquake. And recently we have seen this in the Myanmar, where India was providing the support humanitarian assistance. Please remember all these things. Next important news is the Vance meet Pope on the Easter. So you should know this is Easter day. Now it is the Holy Week that is going into the Christianity. The first day it is start with the what? Palm Day. Palm Day, where it is considered that on that particular day, Jesus Christ entered into the Jerusalem, and the people of the Jerusalem, they welcome Jesus Christ with the palm. So this is known as the Palm Day. It was started on the 15th. Then it is the Maundy Thursday. Maundy Thursday is considered as on that day, Jesus sat down and he took supper, means he took his meal and he gave his opinion, his gospel, his all the principle on that during this supper. So this is known as the Maundy Thursday. After that, it is the Good Friday. On that particular day, the crucifixion of the Jesus Christ took place, and Easter is the day when it is considered that Jesus resurrected himself. So this is known as the Easter day. Okay, so please remember all these important day, why they are celebrated, all are these regions, and this is in the news. So here you will see all these things. Next important news, Democratic Republic Congo authorizes authorities suspended party of former President Kabila. So whenever anything that is remain into the conflict, so we just try to locate the area. For example, if Africa is in the news and here the chaos is going on, so we will locate where is the Democratic Republic Congo. The first thing we try to locate it into the map, political map, where we will see that this is Democratic Republic Congo. Then we will try to identify what is the capital. This is the Kinshasa. This is the practice, by that we will learn. We don't have to memorize everything. The way we want to teach here is that you should have the conceptual built up. And whenever you have to memorize the thing, it should be on the, even it should be on the basis of the concept. You don't have to memorize, but by the practicing, you can remember the thing and recall the thing. Democratic Republic of the Congo remain in the news daily basis, daily basis. If you will continuously and in consistent manner, if you will watch the map, we will have the idea that this Democratic Republic of the Congo, this is into the Central Asia, Central Africa. Here you will find that this equator is going on. So this is equatorial forest area, and it must be passing through the South America and particularly into the area of the Amazon basin, because equator passes through that. So here it is known as the Congo basin. Kinshasa is the capital. It has a maritime border here, very small maritime border. So please remember this. It was the Congo and the Democratic Republic Congo, two countries that was the separated. And Brazzaville is the capital of the Congo. Democratic Republic Congo, the capital is the Kinshasa. And here you will find that this has the maritime boundary. It has border with the Central African Republic, and Bangui is here. And above that there is the what is this? This is the Sudan. Here you will find that the Sudan is making the border, and in this eastern side Uganda, Rwanda and Burundi. These are the countries. Southern side Zambia, and south west it is the Angola. Here Tanzania is also making the border. So how many countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here 9. 9 countries are making border with the Democratic Republic Congo. So please remember. Also we will try to see the thing into the physical map. Physical map, it will give the different mountains, different river system that passes through the Congo basin. This Congo basin is very famous. Equatorial area, that why rainfall will be very high, rainforest will be there. Lake Victoria you should remember. But this is not making border with the Congo. Okay. Democratic Republic of Congo. Jair, this is the name of the river, Lomani, and Man no Mambe, Kashai. So all these things you should just go through. Next important news that we will go through is from GS paper 2, and main topic from the GS paper 2, polity, governance and international relation. The first topic that we are going to cover is the enabling legislation. This enabling legislation has been covered into the context of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has become first state to provide reservation affirmative action for whom? For the people with disability. And here you will find that this is the first state that is going to provide reservation for the disability, but where? Already in the job we see that we have the reservation for the people with the disability. This is into the local bodies, Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj and urban local bodies. That is, this is the third tier of our governance system. And this two bodies, Panchayati Raj and urban local bodies, was brought by the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. So please remember all these things. And in this body, already we have the reservation for SCs, STs, and women. Already we have the reservation for the women, and as per the constitution, it is the 1/3 of the total seat that is reserved for the women. Please be very careful. Reservation for the women was provided for the local bodies, but it was not into the state legislature and parliament until and unless we brought 106th Amendment Act. Now, the women will have the 1/3 of the reserve seated in state legislative assembly and also in the parliament. In the parliament, only in the Lok Sabha, not in the Rajya Sabha. Please remember this thing. And in the state legislative assembly, it is only the state legislative assembly, not into the legislative council. So these are the things you can you can make the mistakes. One more thing you should remember is that in for the women's it is 1/3, but it is the minimum 1/3. Many of the state has provided 50% reserve seatage in the local bodies for the women, and Tamil Nadu is one of that state that has provided 50% reservation for the women into the state legislative assembly. Please remember all these things. So here it is given all these things that we have discussed. In state and Lok Sabha level, we will provide 33%, and this will be after the next census. Now it is on the hold, and as per the condition, it will be after the next census. Okay. Here you should remember that this is the first state in the country, Tamil Nadu, that is providing disabled people reservation into the local bodies. Please be very careful. Next important news that we are going to take, one of the picture is given, and this picture is of our cabinet secretary. So we should know that what is the role of the cabinet secretary. Cabinet secretary, you are aspiring to become a IS officer, so you should know that cabinet secretary is the head of our central civil service board, that is taking main decision body. Beside that, this cabinet secretary is the highest rank in IS officers. When you will be doing all the good thing, you will be promoted, and in the last you will be provided, you will be given the post of the cabinet secretary. There was the tenure system that was not fixed, but it was fixed first time in 2010, and in 2010 we fixed it for the 4 years. The cabinet secretary is selected for the 4 years, and in 2019 we further amended this and we brought that 4 years plus 1 year of the extension is possible. So maximum tenure for the cabinet secretary will be the 5 years, and he also is the head of the whenever there is the business any decision is taken with the allocation of the businesses to the different different secretaries or also the cabinet minister. They are updated with the different laws, legislation, and everything that is done by the cabinet secretary. Cabinet secretary is the coordinating body as well as it provides the connecting link between the different secretaries. So please remember all these things. Next important news, is it possible to withdraw your NPS corpus? So here it is being discussed that what is the NPS? NPS is way through that we can submit some of the amount, and when we retire we get it into the form of retirement. Okay, so it is retirement salary. So here it is given that what will be the in the context of this national pension system. In the context of the when we have given exemption of the income tax till the 12,75,000. So please remember this. In this context, it has become a bit redundant, not that much relevant. That's why it is into the main discussion point. But still, you should know that what are the two type of this NPS is provide two type of the account, tiers 1 and tier 2. So this is the mandatory where you have to fix a particular amount and you have to pay, and there will be the maturity time. Here tier 2, that is optional, and it will be into the saving account. Beside that, you should also know that in case of the death, this is shifted and this is given to the nominee. So all this thing you should remember. Next news is the ad cut by the US impact WHO response to the crisis worldwide. So here it is a WHO that provide a platform where different type of the research into the area of the medicine, the development of the new vaccines, all these things is being facilitated by the World Health Organization, WHO. This is a specialized body, and during the COVID-19, we saw that it's provided so much coordination across the world so that we can expedite it to develop the vaccine for COVID-19. Again, for the many developing countries, it provided a platform where equality and equity could be so- prevail. And we saw that during our COVID-19 crisis, the many of the global situation was not as it was not as per the convenient for the humanity. So we saw that in such cases, if we are going to cut WHO funding when it is needed a lot of fund, uh, it will it will impact the accessibility of medicine, accessibility of the health services across the world. If you will take the case of Africa, that is mostly dependent on the assistance provided by the WHO. So all these things you should remember. WHO is continuously into the news. UPSC can ask the question in the mains as well as in the prelims. The next news that is we are going to take is from the GS paper 3. GS paper 3 mainly it has the syllabus that is associated with the economy, science and tech, environment, disaster management, and internal security. The first news that is relevant today is the Vande Bharat train have the weak defense against even the cattle, and say new safety report. So this new safety report, this has given a report, and that it's saying that it is even the weak safety system from the previously the normal passenger trains. Why? It is due to the its main engine is more heavier, and its adjacent coaches are a bit lighter, and whenever there is the chances that even it's collide with the cattle or run over with the cattle, so in that case it will be derailed or it will be overturned. This is the condition. So here the report suggests that there should be the fencing across the all the railway lines. So this is the condition that we have not providing the Vande Bharat proper protection, and this can result into the disaster. We have seen that the many of the derailment, many of the accidents, we saw a very high level of the collision. It was into the Odisha, Balashore district. So all these things you can give example of such type of the mistake we have made, and later is result into the disaster and casualty. Commissioner of the Railway Safety under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. So this report is not under the Ministry of Railway, it is under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. You should remember, you can forget this. So please be careful about this thing. Next important news that we are going to cover, again, this is from this cheetah and cheetah rehabilitation process that is going on. Now we have brought two cheetah, and this two cheetah is into the Gadhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. So now we see that the Mohan Yadav, the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, he is so much engaged in such type of activity. This is good. So we are focusing on the cheetah. The question is that from where we are bringing the cheetah, and before this Gadhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary where we have introduced cheetah, please anyone from the online reply. Anyone? I will be taking your responses. We will have the interactive classes. So keep sharing whatever you want to reply, you want to respond. I will be going through your responses. I will be discussing how could you rectify your mistakes. So here you will see that before this it is the Kuno National Park of the Madhya Pradesh where we introduced this cheetah, and this is under the cheetah project. And Kuno National Park, this is very close to this Gadhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. Here you will see that the mostly previously we brought the cheetah from the Africa, South Africa and Namibia. Now we also want to try to bring this cheetah from the Kenya and Botswana. So please remember all these is, countries of Africa from where we are bringing this cheetah to introduce in India. Cheetah was the part of our ecosystem, ecology, and it was very natural. But in 1950s, we extinct the cheetah due to the continuous hunting. There was the cheetah that uh, enters into the habitation area, and there was the conflicting relationship that is started, and by that there was the starting of the hunting. One region was that, other region was that it was the use of the skin of the cheetah that was used, and that was very costly. The other region for the extinction of the cheetah was that. So all these things you should remember. Next news that we are going to cover is the ISRO satellite forecast wheat production assess crop conditions. So here you will see that the our this resource, this ISRO also help us into assessment of the what type of the production we are going to be in the this year, and this will provide us information so that we can take prior decision that how much storage is needed, how the government can decide about the MSPs and other areas. And this is being done by the remote sensing observation. So one of the use of the satellites, the comprehensive remote sensing observation of the crop progress. So you can use this into the use of science and technology into the day-to-day life. So one of the example, naturally you can write. In this section, you should know this is talking about the wheat production. So you should know the top producing wheat state in India. Anyone who is watching online, please reply that which state is the top producer state in India for the wheat. Please, anyone? The top producer state is the first state, that is the UP. We are in UP, Gorakhpur, and UP is the top producer state. So you should remember this. After that, it is the Madhya Pradesh, then it is the Punjab, then Haryana, and then Rajasthan. So please remember all these things. First UP, Madhya Pradesh, and then it is the Haryana. After that, it is the what? Punjab, Haryana, and Rajasthan. 5. So please note down top 5 producer state. The first is UP. UP is the first. Second is Madhya Pradesh, MP. Third is what? Third is Punjab. Fourth is Haryana. And fifth, Rajasthan. Please remember this. Next important news that we are going to take is scientists find green way to recycle toxic perovskite solar cell. So here you will see that we are shifting toward the solar cell, solar mode of renewable energy. We want to produce our electricity from the energy that we are getting from the sun. So, but the thing is that the solar module that we are making to produce this, convert this sun energy into the electricity, particularly this is not directly from the photon to the electricity, this is the photon to the heating, and after that it is converted into the electricity. All this process that needs some panels, and these panels is made up of the perovskite solar cells, and they produce some of the toxic and also some of the polluting substances. And now we are finding a better method so that we can recycle, and this is based on the silicon based solar panel and energetically expensive to produce. So we shifted to this cheaper perovskite crystals. However, during the processing, it needs toxic organic solvents such as dimethylformamide, dimethylformamide. So please remember this. chemical that is output, and this is the toxic. And that's why we want some alternative method so that we can reduce this dimethylformamide. So this is the source that we have found some alternative. Next news, Rejo Shaki. Rejo Shaki. This is Rejo Shaki Shenik. This is the area of Indonesia, and in Indonesia it is situated, located into the Java Sea area. So here you will find that this area has been submerged due to the sea level rise. And here the people want to grow more and more mangrove forest so that they can prevent the incursion of the sea water into the residence area. Already there has a lot of shifting, but some of the houses that has remained there, they still have some livelihood option here. They don't want to leave this. But the thing is that you can use this under the one of the a real example of sea level rise and the climate change and the global warming. So whenever you have to write, you can give the example of Rejo-Shari Shenik. Rejo-Shari Shenik, this has been submerged area, and this has submerged by the Java Sea. So one thing we can do, locate the Indonesia and the Java Sea. So please open the map of Asia. In map of Asia, we will go and find where is the Indonesia, and Indonesia we will try to find where is the Java Sea. This will be our task. Everyone please open your map and please tell me where is the location of Java Sea. We will learn everything in the map just by referring this map in a very consistent manner, not by memorizing. This is our main approach to study the map and geography. Mapping location. This will be on the regular basis. So here it is the Java Sea that we were searching for. This is the Indonesia. You will see Indonesia is the archipelago. Lot of island is, it is the collection of lot of islands. So Java Sea, and here you will see that in this area there is the submergence, and that area was above the sea level. Now this is under the sea level. This is the one of the good example you can use during your answer whenever you are giving example of the impact of climate change or the sea level rise. Next important news that we are going to cover is the one of the scene pictures that is coming from the James Webb Space Telescope. So this James Webb Space Telescope, this is the project of the NASA, and this is not on the land basis. This is into the solar system in the space. This telescope is not on the land. Please remember, this is at the Lagrangian point, and this is sending a lot of picture, and this has make reality that yes, there is the black hole. Before that, before this James Webb Space Telescope, we were thinking that this black hole concept is just a theory, not the real, but we are getting one of the black hole, we are getting into the one of the galaxy 189 galaxy, and this is the massive spiral galaxy. Spiral galaxy, you will see that this galaxy looks like this. Okay, so one thing you should remember, this is the James Webb Space Telescope. This is the project of the NASA, US, and this is a space-based telescope, not the land-based telescope. This is the first time that the highly ionized neon gas is found in this area. So just you should know about all these things. Heat wave already, when this May will come, lot of heat wave and the such news will come, we will see further. So today we have all this, yes, you should also remember World Heritage Day. Theme of 2025, it is the threat, heritage under the threat from the disaster and the conflicts. So this is important for the PCS. World Heritage Day theme for 2025 is that heritage under the theme heritage under the threat from the disaster and conflict. So please remember in the PCS you can use this. Further, this is all about that was relevant for the UPSC. Here we will conclude our session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.